Ron Brown was one of the most respected art directors our industry has known. I can't think of anyone else who'd have been capable of being David Abbott's partner. Ron was a master craftsman, a quiet and humble man, but he was a master craftsman.
Ron had amazing humility and would always stand quietly in the background. He shunned the limelight. But what he was doing very quietly and persuasively in the background was producing work that was absolutely high quality.
You know, in tributes, people say, oh, he was a really nice guy, and they're lying. Well, Ron was just the nicest guy you could ever imagine. If I was as talented as him, I'd have been a complete horror story of a human being.
I would often ask Ron for art directional advice, and he always seemed a bit surprised to be asked. But when you've got the best art director in the world in the office next door, why wouldn't you ask?
When I first started at AMV, it was quite an intimidating place to come to. The creative department was full of legendary figures, of whom Ron was one. But Ron wore his greatness lightly. I remember him as just a kind of very friendly, always smiling, very avuncular figure.
I suppose, you know, all I can say is, you know, thank you, Ron. But, you know, I was able to learn from someone who, for me, unquestionably, is the greatest art director in the world.
I and all the other art directors at AMV at the time would watch in awe, constantly learning from him as he led by example. In Renaissance times, the master craftsmen, say Caravaggio, would have the skill to paint the faces and hands, and all the other apprentices would fill in the robes. It was a little bit like that for us, where we practiced our skills, hoping that one day we'd be as good as Ron.